Hello, everybody, and welcome to our first episode here of our interviews on Shark Beatbox. We have a special guest today here with us, Ethan Arkell.
Hey, guys.
Why don't you go ahead and give us a little bit of an introduction, Ethan?
Sure. So my name is Ethan Arkell. I'm Simon's younger brother. I am currently a college student, and I'm majoring in commercial music. I've been beatboxing for a fair amount of time, over a decade. So yeah, I'm excited to be on the channel.
Likewise, we're happy to have you. So today, let's go ahead and jump right into some questions. Why don't we? So first off, why did you get interested in beatboxing? What was your first interest?
So my parents, mom and dad, they always played an a cappella group for us growing up, and guess we would try and mimic the sounds. We were like 6, 7, and so we got the basics from that. And when I was like 16, I started going on YouTube and looking at all the special sounds and all the tutorials and different things like that. So yeah, I would say probably just initially my parents showed me that a cappella group. I grew up with that, and then of my own volition around 16, I hopped on YouTube.
Awesome. So would you say you learned most of your beatboxing that you use now from YouTube?
Yeah. Yep. I would say so. It's basically just you get the sounds, and then you combine them together in your own liking, and you get your own flow. But it all stems from the sounds that you learn on YouTube and just messing around too. So
awesome. So you'd say that's how you started to learn is through YouTube and messing around on your own and getting those sounds down.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Well, let's go ahead and move on to the next question then. Which sound took you the longest to get down?
Well, it's sort of interesting. The first special sound that really like grabbed my interest and started me in my journey of beatboxing was probably the throat bass. And that one was really difficult to learn. It took like 2 to 3 months to get it really solid. And I remember when I first got it, I was flipping out because I don't know, I was a singer beforehand, and the fact that you could like drop your voice an octave was just really inconceivable. So, but yeah, after that, I feel like I learned a little bit more of like how to experiment with making sounds. So the other sounds that I tried to learn were a lot easier and came faster as compared to that first one where I was still figuring out how to make like stranger sounds. I would say that
awesome.
One longest.
I don't know if you recall this, but there was a time where we had throat bass a little wrong. We had it instead of nice and deep, we had it like more in the throat and the head. Mm-hmm. Do you remember that? Do you recall that moment?
Yeah, I do.
So how do you, if our viewers out here are struggling with making that distinction and switching, how would you say you made that change?
I would say the biggest thing is realizing that there is a difference, not just settling for the and like functionally, I would say the sounds comes about when you bring it a little bit deeper in your throat. And you have a tutorial on the throat bass on your channel, so definitely check that out. But I would just say a lot deeper and a little bit tighter in the throat. The other way is a little bit more up further, and it's just like with like sort of the back of your mouth, but you want to be vibrating down here and have a little bit more tension down in the depths of your throat.
Awesome. Yeah. There's multiple ways that we feel the throat bass, and it's just, I don't know. There's so many different complications that I feel like getting opinions from others is vital. So awesome. Now let's move on to your sounds and your repertoire. What would you say is your favorite sound to use other than throat bass?
Favorite sound to use other than throat bass would probably be the fast clap snare.
Okay.
Yeah, that one.
Nice.
I use that a lot.
Yeah, we just barely posted a tutorial on the clap snare and the two methods, and I talked about how, that method with a lip over the bottom allows for that in and out motion. I don't know. I remember I started with the sort of pouty face model first. Did you do that as well? Yeah. I feel like that's a little bit more powerful, but lacks the quickness as we discussed. Yeah,
that's definitely true.
Cool. Awesome. And what would you why would you pick that sound over the rest?
I don't know. I think it's really versatile. It can be used in slow melodic things, and it can also be used in fast combos. It's a very striking sound, and people can attach to it. And the biggest thing when you're a beatboxer performing for people is you got to do things that they can understand even slightly. If you're doing things that are just constantly overloading them and they can't make sense of it, they're not going to really be engaged. But if you can do like simple things that sound cool and are like simple for them to understand, and like stick out from the rest of your sounds, then those are really important. So I would say, and as a performer, it gives you a thrill when the audience goes wild and like can actually connect with what you're doing, and when you do something impressive. So that's why I would say it's my favorite, because it fulfills my performance cravings.
Nice. So it's versatile. People can attach to it. It's nice and sharp and gets people going. I like it. Cool. Alrighty. Now on to the next portion. So all beatboxers are different. They all have their different styles and they focus on different things. I personally like to do a lot of throat bass and singing in my routines and a lot of that clap snare like you were talking about. What would you say defines you as a beatboxer?
I like combos. I've always really just liked developing and cleaning up like fast combos. I've always been a fan of LM and his fast stuff.
The French beatboxer.
And Collapse, if you know them. If you're just starting out as a beatboxer, I would say hop on Swiss Beatbox and find someone who fascinates you. Like they do something or a part of their flow or their style fascinates you, and then try and learn how to replicate that. Because for me, it was just the fast stuff. I really like the fast stuff. It really got me fascinated. Nice.
Yeah, for me, people like Codfish, who really focus on the throat bass, and a little bit of Big Man as well, and Shogo have more melodic and those types of things. So that's kind of what I attach to. I agree 100%. Focus on what makes you excited and drives you to want to keep learning. For sure. Absolutely. Awesome. So what are you doing with beatboxing right now? What's beatboxing look like in your life?
As a college student, I found a group called Beyond Measure Acapella, and they were in need of a vocal percussionist. So I spent from like August till May, so almost half a year, I was their vocal percussionist, and that was really, really awesome. We had several opportunities to perform. We went to Colorado and performed in the International Collegiate Competition of Acapella, the ICCA. Wow. That was super fun. All of our smaller shows, I was able to do a beatbox feature, and I just love being in front of the crowd and showing what I can do and getting some wows from the crowd. So, I just recently auditioned for a group called Vocal Point. They're in conjunction with Brigham Young University here in Utah, and they go on tours frequently. And I'm waiting on a decision. So if I get into that, then I'll still be performing that way. I would say I really do enjoy being a vocal percussionist. I like the beatboxing stuff, but I also thoroughly enjoy being an accompanist to the a cappella groups as well.
Awesome. Kind of sounds like too you like that performance aspect of things. Have you ever considered doing the Grand Beatbox Battle?
Yes, but I don't think that I would enjoy it a whole ton. I'm not really a good battler. I love the scene. I love watching the stuff, and even going to one would be really cool. But as far as like competing in one, I don't think I would.
Not your cup of tea.
Not my cup of tea. Yeah, yeah. I have considered it though. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I feel like I'm somewhat the same way. I like watching people like inertia drop the bass and the crowd goes wild. I love that. But I don't know. For me, the battle aspect of things kind of, I don't know, in a way, subtly kind of makes me cringe a little bit. Yeah. It's like, hey, we should do a battle. I'm like, maybe I'll just show you what I do.
Yeah. I don't know. And like getting up in someone's face and doing all that stuff. I don't know. It's just not my personality.
Right. Yeah. But you're not a shark.
Right.
Just kidding.
Yes,
nice.
You're the shark.
There we go. Nice. All right. So last question here. What is your favorite routine? Growing up with you, and we've been apart for about 3 years or so, and I've heard you like practice a whole bunch of things. But what is your favorite routine or song that you do?
Yeah, that's a good question. I really, even though I say I like the fast stuff, I like throat-based routines a lot. There's one by Collapse that I've used a lot in auditions and performances. Yeah, if I could just do it real quick if you want.
Now, before you get into that, and we'd love to see it. We're gonna have a bonus question for the viewers here that made it this far in the video. So, what did you eat for lunch?
What did I eat for lunch?
Yes.
I had 2 burritos, and then they were super hot, and then I always drink like cold apple juice afterwards.
Oh, nice.
Just
nice. Just makes everything nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I didn't have any codfish though, so.
That is what I'm cooking up now. So, awesome. So, could you give us one tip as a beatboxer? One thing to maybe maintain safety, but also continue improving. What's one tip you would give?
Don't let your zeal for progression get in the way of like resting, and obviously like being safe with your voice and with your muscles and things like that. Like injuries can happen, they're very rare, but I'd also say don't get discouraged on the opposite end of the spectrum. Like find that balance. Recognize that there's going to be times when like you're just not going to get the sounds that you want, and you just have to keep working at them. And yeah, just always have fun and strive to find yourself in the way that you beatbox, and don't try and become someone that you're not, because that won't fulfill you 100%. Yeah, just keep striving to improv. Beatbox in the shower is the best. And yeah, that's it, Ash.
Acoustics. Nice, Ash. Yeah, I feel like that's a great point. I feel like also sometimes when I watch other beatboxers and I hear that how good they are and awesome and things like that, I'm like, man, I wish I could be as good as them. But I think it's really important to realize every beatboxer has their own style, has their own sounds that they're working on, and things. We're all at different levels of progression. For example, I'm trying to work on like the lower throat bass, the vocal bass, or whatever they call it, whereas you can do that, and sometimes that can be, if you focus on, comparisons and things, it can sometimes just make you discouraged and things. So I agree with that 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Go ahead and give us a taste of this. You said Collapse beat?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Wow. That was amazing. I feel like that was a great combination of what you're talking about, the throat bass style and, melodic, and also very quick and very technical and very fast. I like that. That's an amazing job. Thank you.
Yep.
And thank you for joining us today here on Shark Beatbox for our first interview. Any last words for the viewers?
No, just be sure to subscribe, like the video. Keep beatboxing. If this is the start of your journey, then there's lots of exciting things ahead.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yep.
All right. We'll see you all.